Alright, so I guess I'm audible now. Um, because I'm doing this as a recording, I can't have really a mic check. Like I usually start it off with. I think what I'm gonna do is we're going to get into the web development form, web development curriculum. So we have this. This is HTML code. This is the CSS code so far. I think what I did last time was I copied and pasted, copy and paste all of the code, and I put it in the code on my computer, and we uploaded that to GitHub. So that means that anywhere in the world on a computer or a device, I can see that code. So the code is up to date for this. For now the design looks horrible, clearly. It's supposed to look like this, and this is clearly very far from this. But let's see how close we have come, because you can run the code, and it will actually test that code out. So let's see how much requirements we're meeting and we're not meeting. Let's just see where we're at. Run. But for some reason, I don't think it's working. I think there's supposed to be a test indication. Yeah, that's kind of strange. Hold on. Oh, okay, there we are. See, it wasn't doing the test. It wasn't showing anything. So let's see. You should have each one element with an ID for the title. So we have that. If you look at the H1 element, we have that right there. Your title should not be empty, so we're passing these tests. You should have a P element with an ID of description. Your description should not be empty, so we're passing this, Let's see where we're not passing. Your name label should contain text that describes your input. Your email label should contain text that describes the input. Your number label should contain text that describes your input. So these are the tests that we're failing. All your radio buttons should have a value attribute. We'll take a look at that. Yeah, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to actually get this to completion. So for now, it's calling for a name label. So your name label should contain text that describes the input. So I think I know what that means. I think what they're kind of calling for is they're calling for a placeholder. name label should contain text that describes the input. I think it's referring probably to maybe something like this, where I think I have an idea of what it's referring to. Well, actually, I don't want to edit it here because we're not. So I think for now, actually, we're gonna just do without the code in the local drive, and I'm gonna make it available eventually. So let's see. Oh, I have to run the test again. So your name label should contain text that describes the input. So right here, I think I'm gonna have enter name. I'm not sure if I'm passing if I do that. Your name label should contain text that describes the input. We passed. That's it. That's all it took. So I think we're going to start at doing the minimum of the requirements to then hitting the maximum of the requirements. So your email label, and email labels right here. Enter email. Oh. Probably make that a capital. And let's hit run again. We passed again. Number label should contain text that describes the input. So it's for the age. So enter age. Boom. There we are. So now all these tests are passing. Let's see. All of your radio buttons should have a value, attribute, and value. Okay, so let's try to figure this out. Let's look for the radio buttons. Where are the radio buttons in this thing? Definitely maybe not sure look like the only ones that have radio buttons. So let's start there. So definitely maybe and not sure. How about the value will just be equal to the ID? make this value equal to 2, which will also make it equal to the ID. And make the value... Actually, I think what we can do is we can have... Let's try to expand it a little better. We'll just make it definitely for the value. It's not this numbering system. So definitely, it's as simple as that. Maybe it's right here. Everything but the colon. Copy. Instead of 2, I'll make it maybe. Instead of 2, I'll make it maybe. And now, not sure. We'll actually make the ID for that no, because it's not recommending, and no. So, there we go. And we probably shouldn't have any capital anything. So I'm going to make it all lowercase. So let's run this test again. Looks like it's all passing. So the only things I think are left is just these last 4. Other than that, it looks like everything is passing. Yep. So all your checkboxes inside survey form should have a value attribute and value. So same thing. So now the checkboxes. I think all we'll do here is we'll just make the value equal to the ID. So instead of copy, paste, just change it to value. Fair enough. Copy. Copy using a mouse. I don't know why it's not. Hold on. It's not letting me copy and paste. Alright, I just did Control C. Okay, that worked. I'll just, I guess, scan, click, and drag. Value. So ID, right here. Let's change that to value. Let's change this ID. To value. Change this ID to value. Change this ID to not change it, but we're making values for every checkbox. This ID is videos. Whoops. Now I'm going to change that to value. instead of ID. So I'm basically just adding an ID attribute and making the value of it the ID. That's all I'm doing. It's going to be a little tedious until I finish all of these. So meetups. Change that to value. Value. Copy this. Value. And this last one. Control C. Value. So now we're trying to do something about this here. So we're trying to pass this test. So let's run the test. See what happened. There we go. I think we did it. So now we only have, so we have this, and you should have at least one text area element that is a descendant of survey form. So we have that. You should have an input or button element with an ID of submit. So I think all we need to do, I think all we have to do right here is actually just make the ID not hashtag submit, but submit. I don't really know what I was thinking, but I think that's all we need to do. So let's run the test. Wait. I think we did it. We passed the test. We did it. We have passed all of the requirements. So, I mean, obviously, despite this being a very, this is how it's supposed to look. And this is how it looks. Obviously, there's a huge difference between how it's supposed to look and how it looks, but for now, we have met the requirements. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to just take a deeper dive into getting this to look better and just make it look like more like this, and to kind of tie everything together. But yeah, I wanted this stream, the next stream, to just complete the requirements. So I think now what I'm going to do, I'm gonna save the work. Oh. Alright, so I'm going to copy all this. No, actually, I'm going to copy this and paste it into the text editor. So I kind of want to show this. So one moment. I'm trying to make it visible. I'm trying to make the code visible. Okay, that should do it. Alright, so I'm gonna paste this. Now what I'm doing is I'm copying from the CSS to see if there's any changes. There's actually no changes, so I'm actually not going to do it, but what I'm going to do is I'm gonna save the changes. I'm gonna save all. And now we're gonna go to GitHub Desktop. Let's get GitHub Desktop visible on OBS. Alright, looks like we see some changes. Everything. So call this update finished requirements on March 24th, 2023. We completed all the requirements I don't know. The code passes all the tests on FreeCodeCamp. So there we go. That's the commit. Now we just need to push it, and now the code's there. So that is it. That is all I wanted to do is complete it. I didn't think we would do it that soon, but next time we're gonna do it. I think we're just gonna continue working on this code and trying to get it to look good. And now, given that it actually does complete the test, I feel more comfortable actually looking into the actual code of the completed version, because what I can do is with any website you can just right click and hit view source, and that'll make it so that you can see any of the code. So that's what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna just kind of see what went wrong, how it could be better, review some stuff, and make it better.